Before the sun arrived, Kael sensed a darkness creeping beneath the forest canopy. The colony moved in quiet harmony, unaware of the shadows drawing near. But their queen felt a tremor of fear long before anyone else. Kael explored the edges of the territory, hoping his instincts deceived him. But what he found confirmed his worst fears. He hurried back to warn the colony of what approached. The council met in grave silence as Kael described the threat. Elder Theros had lived through the last invasion. He knew what was coming. The colony's warriors prepared, though many had never tasted war. In the dead wood of the forest, the shadow mites rose from their hive. Kael felt the forest grow colder as the day moved on. Queen Arya feared for her unborn children, knowing not all would survive. Kael trained the soldiers relentlessly, preparing them for a darkness they had never seen. Elder Theros warned Kael that courage alone would not be enough. The shadows had come closer than anyone realized. The first enemy revealed itself, testing the strength of the colony's guardian. Kael retreated, knowing this was only the beginning. The colony sounded the alarm, echoing through every chamber. Workers toiled urgently to fortify the colony. Night came early, as if the shadows themselves swallowed the light. The shadow mites advanced in terrifying numbers. Kael stood at the front line, ready to face the darkness alone if he had to. The queen gave her silent command: protect the colony at all costs. The opening strike shook the earth. Inside, soldiers sealed the narrow passages with their own bodies. Elder Theros refused to watch from the sidelines. But the enemy numbers were overwhelming. Kael's courage became the beacon the colony clung to. The walls cracked and the enemy rushed in. The queen knew the battle would not end without sacrifice. He rushed inside to protect the queen. Elder Theros stood his ground, buying precious seconds. They collapsed tunnels behind them to slow the enemy. She gave Kael her final look of trust. He led her into the last safe hollow of the colony. The last warrior stood between survival and extinction. The enemy surged forward like a living storm. Kael stepped forward, knowing this might be his final stand. The battle shook the very heart of the colony. The queen sealed herself away, grieving for every life lost. Elder Theros gave everything so the others might live. He felt the weight of every fallen warrior. At last, the endless swarm began to thin. And Kael struck the final blow that ended the war. The silence that followed felt heavier than the battle. Queen Arya emerged, unsure of what remained. Only a few survived, but survival was enough. They honored the countless warriors who never returned. And so the long journey of rebuilding began. At the dawn of a new day, the colony breathed again, thanks to the courage of one brave ant.